Hello, my name is Rob Carl Mark, and I'm a meteorologist here at ABC 10 based in Northern California. So a lot of my focus will be on our viewing area, which is roughly Fairfield, Vacaville, up to about Oroville, down through Turlock in the Central Valley, and then over to Truckee in the High Sierra. So that's our general zone, but I'll add in a little bit more context for other areas of California because this is a big year for us. This has been quite a winter, and today, on Tuesday, is the first official full day of spring. And we've got a lot of stuff going on. What is behind me is the $1 billion repair job to the Oroville Spillway. If you don't know what Oroville is, it's a big reservoir that was built back in the 60s by the state of California to provide flood protection as well as a huge basin for water to use for the long, hot summer. We all know the water need is there because it basically doesn't rain for months and months and months. And this is a huge resource. But when they're using the spillway like they are at 30,000 cubic feet per second, what they're actually doing is trying to prevent the water from getting too high in the lake and really take down the possibility of it going over the top of the dam, which would destroy it. We've had dam failures in the past in California, believe it or not. The St. Francis Dam is the most notable example. With that said, this is a controlled release. It's working well as designed, and it's going to be just fine. I'm not worried about the lake level or quote unquote wasting water because there's so many more customers downstream. If you don't know about this reservoir, this goes into the Feather River, which then goes to the Sacramento River, which then goes out to the Delta and out to sea. But along the line, there's many other agricultural interests. There's a huge place called the Thermalito Bay, and that's where they store some water for rice in the future. And then downstream, city of Sacramento pulls water out of the river itself. So everyone is connected to this system. And again, preventing flooding is issue number one right now. And folks, don't worry, Oroville itself, the lake has come up 200 feet since the 1st of December. Just remarkable. And other big reservoirs are in much better shape right now. For example, Shasta, the biggest one in the state, it's actually run by the federal government. But what we have at the moment is it's basically at its historical average, more than 75% full. And this will continue to go up for weeks, if not a month or more, as we get more rain and snow melt as well. Oroville, like I mentioned, in good shape. And some of the larger but more shallow reservoirs like Folsom, they keep it a little bit lower than you would think just so they can make room for a big storm that could affect us. And we've got many more storms along the way, but not a huge one. So again, our reservoir situation is really, really good. What the storm is today for at least Northern California and parts of Southern California as well is that this is just tough to plan for life. You know, we've got work, we've got school, we've got sports like baseball, softball. The fields are wet in some cities or places. They just won't let you practice. They don't want to ruin the field. So there are some just work and life issues that the rain is affecting us today. The rivers are high, but they are coming down, which is a big concern for the San Joaquin River. So we're going to be in better shape hopefully soon. And everyone's looking forward to the weekend, at least here in Northern California, as we should be looking for sunny skies and just great weather all around and a break from this. So as I'm taping this early on Tuesday morning, you could see the next system rolling in with early morning commuting rain and also some snow as well. As far as rain in the bucket for these cities, everybody's at their seasonal average, so everything else is just gravy on top. As far as the snowpack, not only did we get our seasonal snowpack, we're double than that, and we're still adding it. As I'm recording this, Vail Resorts, they have 3 ski areas in Northern California. They've got Kirkwood, they've got North Star, and they've got Heavenly, are now all extending their closing dates. In fact, Kirkwood's going to be open till Mother's Day in mid-May. Just imagine that. So if you're watching this from the East Coast, come on over. You can go skiing all the way in the middle of May. With that said, our drought is essentially disappearing at a very quick pace. Most of the state is out of drought at this point, or at least very low-level drought, which is not a big concern. And this is the 10-day projection. We've got more incoming moisture, including what we're going to see today. One thing that's very interesting about this storm, it's got a really tight area of low pressure, and it's still bottoming out. In other words, it's still intensifying, and we're going to be approaching record low areas of pressure, record low pressure, I should say, for this month in March if it goes ashore in places like Santa Cruz. We're watching the rain. We're watching some low-level flooding concerns. Driving around is an issue. And, of course, we've got nice weather once we get past this, but we still have to get past this. So we've got rain and snow for the next couple of days, and then it's going to start winding down. But because we're not totally in the clear, we just have to hang on to the possibility of pop-up showers today, tomorrow, and Thursday. The focus of the snow and the snowpack, at least for the really big totals, is going to be central Southern Sierra. They could be looking at 3 to 4 feet of snow in some places over the coming days. And remember, this is a place that basically has triple the amount of snow that they typically see in a season. So that is a concern for roof loading and other things as well. With that said, here's our break. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we love that. And then, wouldn't you know it, here we go again. We have more storms stacked up the beginning of next week, but they're not monster storms. So they basically keep things moving along. We love these breaks in between, especially when it's on a weekend. But just know, as far as the winter being done with us, it's not, even though it's spring.